Nintendo was supposed to drop the gauntlet holiday 2022, with Zelda Breath of the Wild leading the charge, and now that horse has taken itself out of the race. But Nintendo now has an opening, an opportunity, and they can fill it with something super fun, something that will take that 6% slump on Nintendo stock and make the investors smile again. So today we're talking about the 6 possible things that Nintendo can do to fill the giant gaping hole named Link and Zelda. What's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you're all having a fantastic day. Smash that like button if you enjoy these videos. It helps out a lot. And let me know which of the 6 options you would pick most in the comments down below. I'm gonna order them from what I think is the worst case scenario to the best case scenario. All right, so number 6 is they do nothing. They do nothing. They have tentatively Bayonetta 3 in the fall, Xenoblade Chronicles 3 in September, and Pokemon Scarlet and Violet we know in November. Because of the strength of Pokemon, they could just let it carry the fall shopping season. They really could. Pokemon is going to be a double-digit million seller very fast. And this Gen 9, it seems like it's going to be super cool. I really hope it is, especially going true open world, as they say. But this is so boring and this is a bummer, and that's why this is number 6. And I do feel like Nintendo will fill. I feel like they're always working, adjusting, sliding, slotting, and moving. And that's why number 5 is delaying Splatoon 3 into the fall slot. This would be a major bummer because it's not a new game and it's taking time for us to get one that we expected in just a couple of months. There's been no concrete month given for Splatoon 3. They've kept it ominous from the very announcement. It early got a 2022 date, but now is just summer and we haven't seen much of the game since. I'm hoping this one releases in July or August and is focused on during their summer direct. But Nintendo conceivably could shift it to October and say, hey, this is our big multiplayer game. It'll do gangbusters and it'll be really good for reviews and holidays and all that sort of stuff in the fall season. And with all the delays across the board, hey, could you blame Nintendo for just delaying one more game? Everybody else is doing it, and this is a big game. Probably a bigger game than July deserves. And so moving it to August, it's an option. Now, number 4 begins where we do get a replacement game. I know I'm gonna take flack for this, but my number 4 is a Zelda Wind Waker or Twilight Princess port. It's a port, and that's why I just feel kind of blah about it. I know a lot of people want to play Wind Waker and Twilight Princess on Switch, and in no way am I trying to slight those games. They're both great in their own right and ways, and I do like them, but we've played them multiple times. They've re-released on other consoles, and so getting them again just feels so half-baked. Unless they fully baked it, turned the oven up to 400 and said, we're going to remaster these games. In that case, it's a different story, but we know Nintendo, and almost assuredly, they would just re-release the version from Wii U, maybe with a little tightening, maybe a little. Yet, I think that is one of the most likely outcomes here, because Nintendo does not like to go too long without Zelda. We can fingers cross and hope and pray that Oracle of Ages and Oracle of Seasons do get their redux, or Spirit Tracks and Phantom Hourglass somehow come back for the Switch, but more than likely it would be Wind Waker or Twilight Princess filling the gap. And while fun, I don't find that as fancy as number 3, which would be a Metroid Prime Remaster. Now, we've heard plenty of rumors about this one, and even before the Zelda delay, it was heavily indicated that it would be hitting sometime this fall. That was one game that Nintendo was saving for a summer reveal and say, ta-da, it's out in October or it's out in December. And I prefer this one over Zelda because what we've heard is that it is remastering and that it is being worked on in a way that would help give us hints towards what Metroid Prime 4 eventually will be. Seeing how they modify Metroid Prime a bit for the modern era would be really cool as a look ahead. Look, we know what Breath of the Wild 2 is. Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, totally different games, totally from the past. But a Metroid Prime Remaster, I think that could be fascinating in its own way, and I would be more pumped for it. But nowhere near as pumped as the last 2 options, because these would be brand new games coming our way. And number 2 is Mario Odyssey 2. All right, I know that typically this would be too much, but now with Zelda out the way, you have a big space. You've got a gaping hole that a good guy like Mario could fit. And there's a Mario movie coming this holiday season that could probably use a game for you to go buy at Walmart or Target. Now, we do have Mario plus Rabbids Sparks of Hope on deck. And it sounds like Davide and Ubisoft are moving along nicely on that game, and it should release this year. Is a Ubisoft game, though, what Nintendo wants to pair with the Mario movie? Or is that something that does drop in July or August, surprise, super quick release, and then they have Mario Odyssey 2 in the fall? Remember in 2017, they started off with Breath of the Wild and they wrapped up with Mario Odyssey, so it would fit. 2022 is like another due of 2017, and so Mario Odyssey would make sense. It's been a while, 5 years by this holiday, and they did do Bowser's Fury attached onto 3D World. That felt more like an experiment though. Phenomenal experiment, one of my favorite experiences I've ever experimented with, but I think that was just sort of like, you know, trying out a new sauce, a new flavor. And the full game is still in the works. They're always hard at work on what's next for Mario, and it could be a 2D game, I guess, as well. That's something we haven't seen in quite a while, and would fill a different slot than really anything else. There's no real 2D platformers to talk about this year, especially since Kirby made the jump to 3D. And a Mario game would sell super well, get a whole bunch of attention online, and again, be the perfect pair with that movie. Chris Pratt and Charles Martinet could both have their shine, and I'd be all about it. You're probably wondering, what is number one? What the heck could be a bigger, better replacement than a Zelda game, a Metroid game, or a Mario game? And I'll tell you, it's Donkey Kong. And this slots in at number one for a specific reason. Donkey Kong would have been 2 or 3, but with how well Nintendo achieved 3D for Kirby, if they could do the same for Donkey Kong, I think that would be absolutely fire emoji. All right, a more difficult game in the vein of Kirby, Mario 3D World, capitalizing on Donkey Kong's more skill-based platforming could be perfect. Crazy minecart stages, the Kremlings coming back, King K. Rool as the big boss, and a whole bunch of board game levels laid out on world maps where you can play these 3D World, Kirby Forgotten Land style DK experiences, 2D, 3D kind of hybrid. That would be incredible. Now, if DK goes 2D or DK goes fully 3D, that's fine as well, but it's Kirby in the Forgotten Land that has really made me reconsider. Taking IP and doing something evolutionary is just so awesome. And Nintendo seems to have their fingers on the pulse of what's perfect for fans this era. They really do. And Donkey Kong hasn't got his yet. Yes, Tropical Freeze was released on the Switch, but that was just a port. And Funky Kong being added, don't cut it. Donkey Kong needs something new for this era. Everybody else that's gotten it has really relished, and fans have really rejoiced. And I think a new Donkey Kong, even if it's not Mario, and even if it's not Zelda, I think it could do awesome. We do have a DK anniversary, so never say never, and we have heard many rumors about a 2D or 3D game being in the works from one of Nintendo's EPD studios, and maybe even the Mario team. I would love to see it, and so would Seth Rogen. But let me know in the comments down below which of these 6 you think will happen. Which do you want to happen? All the way from nothing, just letting Pokemon carry the holiday, to a new Mario, Zelda, Metroid, or DK. What's your pick? Let me know in the comments down below, and have a fantastic day, everyone. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there. I super appreciate you watching all this Nintendo stuff with me. I love it so much, and I love you. So until next time, thanks again. SwitchForce, out.